Hi, third grade. How are you guys doing today? Welcome back to Music for this week. I wanted to start off our time today talking about what are my expectations for the next couple of days and what I need from you, as well as I wanted to give you a heads up on something. So let's start with expectations. My expectations for this next week are you are going to have 3 pre recorded music lessons, just like today. They'll last about 15 minutes, and we're going to sing, we're going to learn about some musical terms, and then afterwards there will be 2 to 4 quick just reflection questions to make sure you were paying attention and see how much information you got from today's lesson. They'll be either on a Google form, or you can do them pencil and paper or Google Docs and email them to me. Either way is fine. So my expectation for this week is that you watch the lessons on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday and fill out the reflection questions after each lesson and get those back to me. And then on Thursday, I'm going to have some sort of a fun activity. You can either use Thursday as a catch-up day if you didn't finish Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or on Thursday you can also do that fun activity and just mess around a little bit and enjoy making music. So the quick reminder that I have for you is if you have a recorder at home, if you have a big brother or sister or a family member who has one, get it out and put it aside because we may be using it on Wednesday. Also, apologize to your parents because I promised them that I would never make you play recorder at home. If you don't have a recorder though, we're just going to be fingering along. We'll get like a pencil or a marker and we'll finger along on our pencil or marker and use it as a pretend recorder. So let's get started for today. Let's first off warm up our voices. I have our cards. Mrs. Johnson will go first. You guys go after me. All right, your turn. Ready? Here you go. All right, let's do the next one. This one has 3 loop-de-loops, a low one, a middle one, and a high one. My turn first, your turn second. All right, your turn. Ready? Start low. And last but not least, we have our falling leaf. My turn first, your turn second. Okay, your turn. Go for it. All right. And the last thing we're going to do to warm up our voice is to do an echo song. Can you echo after me? Charlie over the ocean, Charlie over the sea. Charlie caught a big fish, but Charlie couldn't catch me. And that is our warm-up for today. So today we're going to be talking about a whole bunch of different words. One of the words is one we've seen before, dynamics, and we're going to add 2 more in the next day or so to this list. Dynamics are how loud or quiet the music is. We have P for piano, F for forte. Piano quiet, forte loud. We have MP for mezzo piano, medium quiet, and MF for mezzo forte, medium loud. So these are the dynamics. We'll talk a little bit about these today. And we're going to talk a little bit about tempo today. Tempo is how fast or slow the steady beat is. And finally, we're going to be talking about a special type of music called a spiritual. So this is going to come into play for today's lesson and a little bit for tomorrow's lesson. Let's talk about this type of song that we're going to be singing today. The type of song is called a spiritual, And spirituals are songs that can have a spiritual or inner meaning to them. The oldest spirituals were not written down with music, but were passed on from singer to singer. Spirituals were first sung by Africans brought to America as slaves. Spirituals can be fast or slow, and the words of these songs often tell about the hope for freedom from slavery. So as we listen to the next song called Good News, I want you to think about two things. Number one, where do you think the slaves believed the chariot in this song would take them? And number two, what is the tempo of this song? Today's African American spiritual is called Good News. Take a listen to the song. I'll sing it 3 times for you. Good news, chariots coming, good news, chariots coming, good news, chariots coming, and I don't want it to leave me behind. Good news, chariots coming, good news, chariots coming, good news, chariots coming, and I don't want it to leave me behind. Good news, chariots coming, good news, chariots coming, good news, chariots coming, and I don't want it to leave me behind. Can you echo after me? I'll sing 2 lines, you sing it back. We'll add the clapping in as well. My turn first, your turn second. Good news, chariots coming, good news, chariots coming, ready, your turn, go. Here's the second part of the song. My turn first, your turn second. Good news, chariots coming, and I don't want it to leave me behind. Give that a try. Ready, here you go. All right, I'll do the entire song. You do it back. Let's do it with the music. All right, I'll do the first time. You do the second time. Here we go. Good news, chariots coming, good news, chariots coming, good news, chariots coming, and I don't want it to leave me behind. All together. Good news, chariots coming, good news, chariots coming, good news, chariots coming, and I don't want it to leave me behind. So I asked you to think about 2 things that were going on with the song. Number one, where do you think the slaves thought that the chariot in the song would take them? Or where do you think the slaves envisioned that the chariot in the song would take them? I have 2 thoughts. Number one, these slaves were very, very religious, and they believed in their God, and maybe they thought that the chariot would take them to heaven. But also, maybe they thought that the chariot would take them out of slavery and become a free person. So 2 different thoughts on that. And then the next question I asked is, what was the tempo of the song? Remember, tempo is how fast or slow the steady beat is. This was about the tempo of the song. Good news, chariots coming, good news, chariots coming. Would you say the tempo was faster, or would you say the tempo was slower? I would say the tempo was faster. I hope that's what you said as well. So when we listened and sang with Good News, we talked about what a spiritual is, and we also talked about tempo, how fast or slow the steady beat is. In this next song, we're also going to talk about tempo, but I also want you to pay attention to the dynamics, how loud or quiet the music is. So our next activity isn't a singing song, it's a listening activity. And it deals with a song that was used for games back when the children of African American slaves and beyond would play together. So let me read something to you. This is up on your screen. It says, games and dances created in the African American community were often shared with the children when they would gather together to play. A well-known composer named Nathaniel Dett used the rhythms of folk dances he learned as a child in a song called Juba. So the picture is of our Nathaniel Dett, and he helped many people to find out about the music of African Americans. He directed choirs and sang spirituals for audiences in the United States and in Europe. So let's take a listen to Juba, and I want you to listen to two things. I want you to listen to, number one, what is the tempo? And number two, what are the dynamics? Because the dynamics in this song are going to change. On your screen is a listening map for the song Juba, and I want you to take a listen for two things. Number one, running along the left side of your screen is the form of the song. A, B, A, C, A, and then a coda. Running nearby that are some dynamics, how loud or quiet the music is. We have mezzo forte, we have a forte, mezzo forte, mezzo piano, piano. We have this here called a crescendo, which remember means to start soft and get louder. Mezzo forte, piano, and we're going to end forte, and I see some more crescendos in here. There is a mistake in this listening map. I believe right here, there should not be a repeat sign. So if you see my mouse go haywonker for a second, that is why. Let's take a listen and follow along with the dynamics and the tempo of Juba. Repeat. B section, forte. B section again. Listen for the crescendo. One time. Crescendo again. So what did you think about the song Juba? It is a dance, so let's talk about tempo first. Since it's a dance, what do you think the tempo was? Was the tempo fast or was the tempo slow? I would say the tempo was faster. And as you listened, could you pick up on all of those little changes in the dynamics? I hope you could. It was probably a little bit difficult with my computer speakers, but I hope you were able to pick up on the changes in the loud and the quiet of the music. All right, don't forget to answer the couple of questions on the Google form or pencil paper after this video, and I will see you guys back here tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day.